train à destination de Brussel-Midi. Le prochain arrêt est Arlon.
Chers voyageurs, bonjour et bienvenue dans votre train à destination de Bruxel-Midi. Les prochains arrêts sont Arlon, Marbehan, Libramont, Rochefort-Jemelle, Marloie, Ciney, Namur, Gemloux, Ottignies, Brussel-Luxembourg, Brussel-Schuman, Brussel-Nord, Brussel-Central et Bruxel-Midi, gare terminus de ce train. Prochain arrêt, la gare d'Arlon.
Green, copper green, and every so often if you touch it wrong, you get a slight shock.
Oh, really? Oh, good.
So it's kind of like, I was like, oh, that can't be right. Yeah, because that would be good if we could. All right, so let's spend half an hour reading a bit about the payment application, see if we can actually, if it makes sense. Because that was in the annex, wasn't it? Was it in the annex to the regulation?
Was it the annex?
I mean, that's not the payment application.
Yeah, it is in there. It is in there.
And we want to retrace a bit back, you know, from what do you want to do?
I don't know.
Okay, rules on payments. Is this chapter? Because this is the bit we go from the document. You know, like, you know, what did you see what I wrote?
No.
I've been kind of like.
But it's in more rich one. I think there is a line for that.
Yeah, we should have 19.
Okay, so, and then it comes with a unit. The baseline, so, that function, and more than
These ones for milestone. These are the ones. Is this the normal milestone target investment? Is this the
yes, but in the middle with the first part, the don't say anything else, the milestone and the interventions, so couplets other
We don't know.
We don't know.
We should
We're gonna
confirm.
ask.
We should confirm that all the other applications are outplaced.
but we don't care how the application it will be on these two things. No, but we have the first one.
That will be.
Milestones and targets.
So our question is that one going to be used for the investment measures and this one used for the
Yeah, this is what we wrote. And here they want unique measurement.
Question amount. A secret investment.
They have the request amount.
Complete.
So, have a measure. Yeah, but as we discussed, for example, it's 30% direct, what they output, 70% of the they have
May I say something? Should go up.
actually go on.
They have the time evaluation. Okay.
Yeah, but it's for the milestones and
Yeah,
targets.
that. So, first of all, we should understand if the outplaced indicator they are part of the first table or it's an additional one. This is our first understanding.
Let's not give them some ideas.
I think that they have a very last indication is like I think that we have to explain.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So whatever we do
And
now
then
is
when
like
you have to time evaluation, they can say, okay, we paid 70%
Yeah,
of the direct payment.
basically.
But this doesn't apply to additional investment. A single farmer receives partial payment. Did I get it correct?
yeah, yes, but they will explain.
Yeah. Because for me the big difference now is that the cap was annual, it's associated with
It's
annual, but for the future, we have a choice. Because imagine they
No, for the direct payments,
No,
we
it is
always
still,
say annual.
still up. Doesn't change.
even for the
There is a like equality there, and it is like some parameter.
Only pure investments might be
Which are already
there were
well 10 items. It's not like they change.
unless it was this last discussion about N+1 that they wanted to
Well,
about the investments.
okay, so you have to pay by the end of next year.
Yeah, but we almost impossible.
It kind of depends what you're doing. If you're making a really big thing, then it takes you a long time. But if you're buying a tractor, it doesn't. Do you know what I mean?
But then they should leave a flexibility. I understand they want bigger, more updated current situation at the end of each exercise. But on the other hand,
You see what they are saying. Yeah.
With that, I thought the financing decision, they're doing annual financing decisions. So they still have an annual financing decision. Based on what's in the plan.
no.
no annual.
No, that's the declaration in the budget accounts when they're trying to work out the commitments. So they have to do commitment of payment. They do
Given
it.
But this is what is the level of the
EU budget. Yeah, but the reason why why that it's important is that when they make the commitment, beginning, they're committing. They're adding up. They've got financing receipt that says what they're going to pay on each scheme for each member state. I don't know what it will look like. If they've got that based on the plan, then they can make payments on that plan figures without anyone.
Voilà, j'ai passé. Ah, of course, yes. Ah, but so they also want a photo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think here,
And they use that
here,
as a basis.
here we will see that the member state is 70% in November, 70% in March. Next year. Ah, okay. Working on the implementation.
No, so, there's a for the ticket again. No, because I cannot.
Okay, for their students.
And so here, what
So to me, this is annual.
this is item.
Yeah.
This is item. This is a very important item.
At the end of the exercise,
And
yes?
what it is, here you have the payout by brokers, even, and here you can see here is the badges, because you have different.
So you're looking at annex
The
now.
milestone, and then you have
Yeah, 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 which I suppose is
This is
annual.
annual, it's not
No, it is that one.
No, it's the annual. It's at the end of
Yeah,
the
here,
exercise.
this is
We are
the-
doing
Ah,
now.
because this is what the audit authority should release as assurance package.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's
It's
what.
at the end of
Yeah,
the.
so it is like a sum up what I pay in this year and what is my progress.
So you add up the
That
6
is
things.
milestones and
But they say compared to previous year.
it is the same like now.
Yeah.
So it is 15th of February, then on.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 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 yeah.
What is the progress this year? And already the next year is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all. So, yeah. And I think that these are the basic things. And then you have the chapter what
This is the quarter.
Because in the capital country, you have an annual.
something like that.
But maybe it might be only annual. For
You
the
never
direct
know.
payment.
You never know.
It might be annual. No, no.
Oh, that's a
Maybe something.
connection.
Here in the island.
In the middle of
What were you
Something that
expecting?
would be, I don't know, quarterly, but in the direct payment. I
Yeah, but not for some, not for all the measure, not all the measure.
Yeah, you know, yeah, because I.
No, no, if we have the school scheme now, where we have parent, we
Yes,
can
yes, we have.
so then you can
Because that's innovation.
Yeah,
yes, because this is what I
So
want
if
to
we
do.
have the school scheme there, the unit amount.
Yeah, but you can pick another.
Yes, take any, take this.
But let's take something where there is contribution from third
Oh,
party.
third class.
So
Ah,
from the
yeah,
beneficiary, from the beneficiary.
But you
like
can,
that,
no. You can also have area, no, area related, rural development.
Or produce organization, operational program.
Nous arrivons à Arlon,
They're not recorded in the plan.
But they will need the plan.
They will in the future.
And
They're not.
but we have to see how this will work.
Correct, but look to a CAP strategic plan and you will see how they
Do it at the moment, and then you'll see where this comes from. Because this is very, very, because this is what we're they're looking at. Yeah. About page 350 or 750 pages.
Here we have the
Yeah, this is for
Investment.
investment.
Intangible.
Yeah, this is an investment for the
Investment in tangible assets for future budget oversight. This is the produce amount. No. You see, so we have the intervention. What is type of intervention? And then if you go down, you will see plan objectives. So you have the objectives. Then these are the
Arlon,
specific objectives.
It's all now being published.
And then the result indicators. Description and description. And if you go at the end, you will see for the payments how they are, the unit of, there are the tables at the end.
I think that is in the financial part of
No.
It is,
Because I remember from a very
yeah, there is that.
You go for an ecosystem.
No, because you are going to see also for private.
exactly. So that you have done, you have also
And nationally, yes, but she wants to have, let's say, 70% public expenditure to support the
And these are how much we can go. This is a minimum rate of 30% up to 40.
this is the support.
This is a support. Yeah. But then I can show you something. And then you have plan. Per year.
Yeah, these are even. the financial plan. And then at the end of the strategic plan, you have the contribution of, to each region, which is I think it's 7 or 8.
Go to the tableau of development. There are some, or you take lecture now.
Yeah, but it's not sometimes like there was an annex.
Yeah.
So
But voting is out. No. Because I think it's in the 7.
no, it looks like the regular function.
Because I saw it's
Now? No, I
it depends how they but if not, well, this is the sort of
so connected for areas, so the commercial system is now. I don't remember if there is
Financial table.
Yeah, this is what we use. But this is so it's on the French amount. Contribution rate. Yeah, it has this is.
So contribution rate, I think that
yeah, but this is all including the co-financing. Somewhere it's written how much the member will co-finance. Because for example, we have a project. Say the contribution is 50%. 50% is made of 85% of 50%
National and this is regional. For example, it is subspace. The first one was national, so what's changed on the
depending on the regions, sometimes on the regions which are
Okay, so
less
this
than
is the
public,
national.
or depending on the how big the company is, because you have smaller medium.
And what applies in region? 6. So if we take this one, then apply to 6.
Train à destination de Bruxel-Midi. Le prochain arrêt est Marbehan.
Which is, let's see, you have a project, and the financing rate for the project is 50% of this. By public input, EU, plus national, just some countries.
So my question is,
It's written
in the new table that we present,
Bonjour et bienvenue aux voyageurs qui viennent de nous rejoindre à bord de ce train à destination de Bruxel-Midi. Les prochains arrêts sont Marbehan, Libramont, Rochefort-Jemelle, Marloie, Ciney, Namur, Gemloux, Ottignies, Brussel-Luxembourg, Brussel-Schuman, Brussel-Nord, Brussel-Central et Bruxel-Midi, gare terminus de ce train. Prochain arrêt, Marbehan.
And it says national contribution level, and then it says other bodies.
But I don't know. I don't know from where it comes. Maybe it was in other funds or social funds.
No, because this only applies to the cap. It says in the cap, public expenditure shall be, and then it gives. It's a rather strange thing.
Maybe
I was reading it and going,
maybe we can ask them what they refer.
No, because there are some member states that have public bodies, you know, in charge.
that can award kind of certain grants.
But I don't know if
Because, you know, non scusi l'agricoltura, un anno, no, sicuramente ha poi i dettagli
But let's ask them what they refer to when they say other. For us to check. No?
because we will get to defend the for the
I don't private public plus, meaning EU plus, national regions. Yeah, the public.
But this is not a problem. This is basic. I think that how they're going to declare it is easy. What they are declared, I don't think that will be easy.
I think it will be the total best ever.
And the level of the sea, they have to build the new SFC, so they have to say that they start with the new SFC, all this information will go really quickly there. If they have the two planes, then what they need is to check higher requirements for the ATM. They do that.
Nous arrivons à Marbehan.
they have also this data that you know the plan of how the expenditure will be. Yeah? Because I suppose they want about equal whatever expenditure, let's say, 6 times per year. But imagine if for the cap, it would be that only 7%. It means that the member state, in order to, you know, observe these equal six parties, means that the member state has to pay for the national budget. And we only request a part of the budget.
And then they have to refinance it already. They have to
Refinance is
But
tough.
then they can ask for everything in one go.
well, if they pay, yes, why not?
Why not? So, because imagine all the
Marbehan,
70%.
Because they have to have a look at the
No, they have to
In the
account,
first month.
so they should pay some. At least for the income, for the area based,
No, they have to.
no, they have to pay to report. This is not they should. The only way to report is to have this.
Because this is what is happening. Now, for the member states is paying it from member state is paying from the national budget, and then they ask for the return. Then they ask for the It's not that because I don't know if it goes on
For everything.
transfer the money to the national budget and then I don't know, next month.
They understood their financing to give more.
train à destination de Bruxel-Midi. Le prochain arrêt est Libramont.
So then why do you do this payment applications if it's already planned? So why do you do this pre-financing? Why do you have
To see if the representative cover the output, so that the percent the cost, we can say cost of the output. It's like in a grant. They have to the same way, so we represent the operation.
No,
We don't have that much about the pay.
no,
They didn't use the same method.
no,
I'm pretty sure that
no,
they have to pay.
no, they don't.
If everybody wants to pay it,
No. They ask what they pay. They pay advances. They pay pure advances. No, no, no. No, they don't.
This is
being checked with
yes, under the same
because I think that
it's not like Excel.
because they
So you mean the ones that you fill in for
yeah,
0 to how many?
it's there.
regulation. Yeah, it's just 1%.
Why is this? But why is this so important? Really? Because the amount of percentages are so low. Why do we bother?
But in the current regulations, I think it will be more.
But if it is not obligatory. May. So can. No?
4 out of the amount, then the next it's
theoretical. I don't see why we bother with that. Outside why we say they will not be better.
okay for me.
The only thing is okay. So
Pre-financing stuff at the level of the NLP as a whole. It's not done at the level of capital. It's totally different. What we're trying to work out tomorrow is
we will not see it in
when
the
they're doing the
declaration.
payment communications and they're using, are they basing themselves on action? Are they basing themselves on the ones they
What is the difference? There's no actual amount.
no in plan? There's the estimates based on hypothetical unit. Yeah. Now what happens in practice?
There is something.
Yeah, if they
It doesn't
change,
matter if
then do they
So,
just
there is a huge change in demand. They brought from, for example, something like that.
one thing is that in the annual accounting, is in the annual procedure, is that done? Payment application or payment application?
no, I think
Is
it's
it done at the end of the year or is it done at the end of the period? Because what they have at the end of the period is the specific provisions at the end of the period. Yeah, so that's why I find it odd. When you go to Article 59.3, it says when submitting the final return, you have to confirm that the total payment application you have received has been taken. If they become, if they were allowed to then take that system, I'm going to say we'll never be in that position because it basically won't be able to claim back obligations. The question is what? Can they just
But I think they
put down this unit what they want? This is the unit, this is my want. Can they just say, I want that much because that's the amount I actually pay on those outputs? Or do they have
will change. That's why maybe I think it's the clearance, as it was now called clearance at the end of the whole exercise. Like what we did.
That's after 7
Because,
years.
yeah, because, they can still change. They said only once per year. No, they can still change. So
They're allowed to
during
change
this
the
year,
unit plans during the course of the year, right?
they can.
They can change the plans during the year.
They can. Like only once per year. Now they have that.
So that's the weird thing, is they wanted to, by changing the plans, to ensure that what they pay in is what they pay in.
I think so. It's justified.
But on the other hand,
On
they
the
also
other-
put themselves in nice interest-free loan by just taking the better figure to the plan.
I think
So giving it to seven.
Payments.
yeah. But but that
Yeah, I think-
yeah.
They
But-
can, it's not in their favor.
No. But I think they can change as long as they don't, jeopardize the objective.
I think we need
Okay, interim, that will be painless. But even now, they are
Now, the bit I haven't seen you mention
and I
at the moment,
think,
the government system delegates.
I think
So they don't care about credit because they're paying on the basis
no,
of
they don't.
so there's no recovery.
They don't care about it. As they said, that members.
Reduction of the states, it is only capped
realised outputs, then we have been saying, what's the benefit, what's the additional realised output, and then we should go and see what they actually paid the individual farmer for that realised output.
Okay, this will be done, but it will not, they don't say anything, but I think we should give the level of the single auditor of the members that we no one saying support us. It's a legend.
expecting other people to complain.
Nous arrivons à Libramont. Libramont.
We're always outside the pyramid. We're always outside the pyramid. I mean, what they've done here, which it's not wrong, is when you look at the single audit, is that they do say very clearly that they're auditing, they're providing reasonable assurance about the operation systems. So it's a system based on that's fine. They have to do so. Now, if they wanted to do an audit of whether they really are getting reasonable assurance or not, they're auditing the audit. You know, I'm not very upset with their audit. Good. What we're actually doing is something. The question is, can we do something complementary? Can we do the direct subsample testing? Is there legality? Find beneficiary. On transactions now, what's weird is the legislative statements respecting the legality and regularity online with what? Do you know what I mean? It's like, because the accounts, the figure in the accounts is based in any given year, is based on this weird system. Declared outwards times hypothetical amount, not a real amount. So you've got a figure that's in the accounts, and then how much figure can live? That phrase underlying transactions came
Train à destination de Bruxel-Midi. Le prochain arrêt est Rochefort-Jemelle.
I mean, that's the bit that doesn't make a lot of sense. They're saying they're still responsible for the underlying transactions. However, those underlying transactions are predicated. They kind of went to what's the whole account. If you've got this disconnect between
That's
what
why
they're
I'm
recording
saying I
and
don't know
what
how
they've
they can
done, it's basically just
give out
strange.
auditing all the accounts. Okay, you cannot because the national legislation given the thing that is state legislation will need the accounts will be certified, at least not audited. You know? I don't know what they say, but they also should have the real amount that they can receive. Yes, so then someone has to say the real amount of income. The moment is still payable. Is this one?
But the thing is, there's no EU legislation regulation accounts of what the bodies are receiving this money. In fact, the way it could work is speech doctors, they've got paying agencies, paying amount. So it's not clear, it's not government will pay the national
that's right.
beneficiaries national. And then they may well record this stuff in their own accounts in a way that doesn't attribute it specifically to the paying agency.
Yeah,
and
that's-
agency by paying it. You know what I mean? What method they do in the national accounts, you're absolutely right. That has to be there somewhere, but it might not be anywhere that we can access. You see what I mean? It's no longer anything you think was before. It's a council paying agency, which meant that you can actually now the paying agency is a kind of functional history aspects of it between different bodies, and it's not good. And there's no set accounts that are trying to give the actual amount spent.
But on the other hand, but if they have to be, if they for the time being, they have to know accounting system function, but it's now.
Creates traceability to the benefit.
And this is what I think is
And this is one of the so this is one of the conditions for the
None of this implies that they have to, that accounting system has to be able to reconcile the amount received for the commission that's when you can ask the big beneficiaries during the year. What it says in there is
Yeah, but
part three is
that's
that
the
at the end of the construction.
yeah, but now that's the end of the year because the accounts are
That's
open.
not- that's not-
Yeah, because the main agency will receive financial list of on no, let's say the targets, yeah, and let's say that if you were discussing that it is to sign the contract, but they will not pay them, but they will not pay the people money. There is no money to sign contract, so they will pay the but in that year, they will not pay anything. So we will not pay underlying transaction for us. And then in the following year, when they actually pay the beneficiary, there will be no match between what they pay and what they get from the commission.
Because
But
the
it's
rates
agreed
may be
because they have
first
to
paid in advance.
spend.
You've got about 30%.
But we will treat it as an advance, and then we will go to the transfer, which will take place in the next year. Okay, for then I can.
Gebied met nog een
Yeah,
wit
yeah,
gebied.
yeah. That's not it. But maybe the account was
Dat is dit.
Some do that.
some,
Some are.
but not sure.
In the region, say, count will be outpaced, but then in another article they say milestone target slash
Oh,
so let's wait, we don't know.
let's have.
And in the case since this is my specific and it's very similar to a more example. Like so many errors that we have the output and the results of the output. So maybe they didn't produce. But for me, the problem will be on this measure that I am not placing here, that you don't have you can count. It will be more. So school scheme is easy, number of functional children.
But this
The-
was
the
the concept like this. This is what they were reporting in this exam.
Yes,
Before.
yes.
This is what they were
That's what they
reporting.
report in this.
No, now
They don't do anymore?
They don't do anymore. But this is what they were reporting.
Yeah, what is difficult from is credit territorial population. Then I don't know that for like a 41, the leader secondary. Why?
Listen,
Is they say
if you are asking if you can get rid of leader, send it to DG1
It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Either,
No, why we have not on the middle competition and another leader, and why we have two different positions? Why?
I don't know, they also put it
So that's the problem.
but I can understand that it's more regional, you know, very typical, more what this regional funds is for than agriculture.
Yeah, but this is why they take out. But why still? Why we have the two measures?
I don't know, maybe they wanted to split the type of investments that they can do. For example, maybe there were some, maybe let's not generalize it, but maybe there are some which are for the region. For example, because for example, Italy has small needs of school and territorial competition also is
Yeah. For me, no, they also when you read the article of the declaration, among the list of you have ILQ and you have leader. So you have inside as one of the boxes. So for me, they say all the operational sector should be covered. Not the real function. Investments.
I don't know, to be that the same how do you
The risk management, only mutual contract. You know, you can go around, you can insure for 100, for 100, 3,000 for the dollar level. So, how are you going to count this?
But do you think it's such a absorption of this?
Because what maybe if it's one, you will look at that. Yeah, ma sectoral intervention is big. And what are you going to do with the progression?
No, that's not what they do. I think that it was some of them agriculture related, for example, watershed, space. Yeah.
Normalement, we have all these bird watches. Now we have needed to get
Fitness.
fitness machine in the forest. So you see? And then a lot of drinks.
But for example, we have soap.
Yeah, the donkey, so.
No, they, for example, there was a lady who was producing soap. It's closing the door. Some regional soap. Okay, the guy is coming from the beach, they have to wash themselves.
it's a good job that it's a good job that Daniela insisted on me eat early.
Because I could tell you that I could, because I thought, let's go to the corner, we'll take a sandwich. But then I went in the cafeteria and then, and you can take a soup. There. Huh?
Toasted cheese. They do that very well. These are two salads, they butter everything on both sides.
Why did you spend 20 minutes with it?
Maybe I don't know. Yeah, it's no, it's Fernando. Yeah, it's Fernando. Yeah, no. Well, the thing was, he came to me. You said he wouldn't have any work. But it didn't look like I'm having work. I was like, I'm sure we'll find some way.
I don't know what he understood. What's the situation? They don't have any friends. Or Italian. But it's true that we have a lot of speakers. Okay, come on, you're not there.
What we
I was waiting for you.
But this is my funniest phone. But I'm happy with like so in January I can do something. You know. In between. Yeah? Then let's see the calendar of the weekend and then
I don't know what's ridiculous about the whole system at the moment is basically because of this 10-year rules finally kicked in, or 2 years after the 10-year rules, so most people are like 12, they relaxed from 10 to about 12. Now suddenly you have every head of task pretty much, unless you're about to retire, every head of task, the rules are so being pushed out. Yeah. But the problem is that in the solo, if you want to stay in solo, you go from the top right down to the bottom to a couple of years to actually understand what the new order means. So we're going to find out next year. So we've got bogged down. Okay, it has taken bogged down. He was just saying, this is amazing. Start understanding. We've got something check going on. Was the one of them, they were loads of classes. Check to you got hit from super delighted not to be for a few years.
so j'ai des images
Yes, I've heard it's got quite
Which are not working.
You've got loads of it's much responsible for organising public whereas at the other one, Fernando, because I think my went to the back, so one of the main differences between us and it's like God, stay anal because we have hardly any of that.
Yeah.
And also, we have our work spread across the don't have to do all the missions in like 2 nights or something like that. So I don't know, maybe dead time movies as well. He's going to be on generation renewal thing. That's going to be Greg. That's going to be Greg in Federica time. Just have to sign off for publishing 2 articles. Generation.
No, but she was in JRC.
JRC. And during that time, she was the articles for the research question.
We're already done.
Yeah, so she's now done what I have done. So,
Maman,
Because we have a lot.
yes,
maman,
I don't know. They want to
Maman.
organize it.
yes,
So I will do a presentation.
maman,
Oh.
They're not really young farmers, it's just a way of getting
laisse
some
pas bientôt avant la fin.
For getting some more money for acting parents.
This is the main problem.
Yeah, this is a big problem.
But when you see the reading, you know, they go into the really tough.
The thing is, they have a policy problem, which is there's not
They
enough
don't have any
renewal of young farmers, and they think they need more young people. They're saying not just doing the farming, control of the farmers, taking the farming decisions. So that's quite clear in the policy. It's about who's taking the decisions. So the way it manifests in the money that's available is that they go and say, okay, well, one of the kids pretends to be a young farmer, they can get a cheaper loan. But they're still effectively under control without having a farm. But they might, for the record, have a small farm and a bigger farm. Is that wrong? Is that right? I don't know. But it's kind of a bit.
Yeah, it's
Is that really what? Yeah, is that what we're really trying to do?
Yeah, it's not a real conversion.
now it's even worse because they train.
Yeah.
Because with the train you can see that they also you can also form and give them tools to entrepreneur.
Yeah, so that's what I think I'll be very interesting as well. Because Bristol is the one that you're supposed to live. That's actually amazing. It was covered in overalls covered in cow shit. And he smelled
Nous arrivons à Rochefort-Jemelle.
he deliberately just changed out his suit and put some stuff on there after. I trust that he's the one feeding the cows that. They're actually doing a PhD in something totally different.
Je sais pas. Il y a une chose,
You can see it. Yeah, because you can check people up on their on social media. It's part of our audit.
je vais bien voir.
Rochefort-Jemelle.
Just one other thing. My one worry is that something that I think I would end up having to deliver on Monday is we've got pretty much all the way through all the way through to this and up to there. So we've got stuff like this which say something about most of these articles. But then this bit, which obviously has quite a lot of the general management is quite important. So I don't know, do we have anything already on this?
We didn't comment.
Okay.
It's title 10.
Yeah. So we got anything on that yet? Or
Title 10 was
it's title 10 as well as the general management rules. I mean, did someone already write them?
We have the other.
That was this change. The comment is this good, is this bad? What do we think? It's like responsibilities of member states, like 58, I read it and I think, okay, 58, what's the article? Isn't the same one, it's 58 the other one?
It's the 59.
59 in the other one. And we say there, it's almost the same thing.
It's not clear written because we got the actual agreement.
Okay, so we can use that. But I mean, one of the things is that this is very similar to the article. Most of the things that you would expect to be there are. Okay? And then we say, however, what is the thing? And the circumvention clause. So the annual submission of the annual insurance package we think is fine. It's just there's this
Train à destination de Bruxel-Midi. Le prochain arrêt est Marloie.
No, the submission of the annual insurance package, the only issue we've got is with the reports on the implementation progress and measures. And there we have to explain a little bit. There is a difference here, but crucially depends on what this actually means in practice, which is not explained in the proposal. Today we say we understand it to be following that, and then we can say that would have a risk. And an implication for us being able to start working if they should which means it's responsibility of the commission. That would be before. Single order approach is pretty much the same as it is as that would quite doesn't change a lot. 60. Yeah, but Article 60. So that 60.3, the Commission and the Audit Authority should coordinate their audit. Yeah. Why the hell would we do it? Yeah, okay, it's a new element. again, I was just looking at it, but again, I think it's what's fundamental about with their way of doing this was the fact that they should provide for, they should have done it all like a question where you go, okay, Article 16, does it have any implications? Does it apply to the cap? It does apply to the cap. Okay, if it applies, does it imply changes? Yes. If it does make it, does the change have anything to do with anything we've ever said? No. If it does have something to say with it, does it follow what we actually do? If none of the above, do we have any reason, consideration to say to make it clear? And then you'd have to justify it. Yes, because it affects one of the main things. We say yes because it's restricted flexibility, or yes because it's making it more complicated. And that's how I think they should have asked us to come up with it. It makes no sense.
No, the problem for us would be after the
Prochain arrêt, Marloie. Maintenant, vous avez un bus de remplacement global qui partira à 16h59. C'est le train de la voie 3 à 17h18. Donc, le bus vers Global partira à la gare à 16h59. Ce train continuera ensuite vers Namur, Brussel-Midi. Prochain arrêt, Marloie.
Oh, you mean cap? I see. Oh, yeah, this is all. This is all.
Nous arrivons à Marloie.
Oh, you see, I see what you mean.
Ça peut.
Well, there's one that they've already been in our case, but that's someone who loads of people. I don't think it's very good. Number 5 about, again, yes. If we don't have a master, it doesn't apply to us, but we would still have to say, still don't have to say, it doesn't apply to us. But if it doesn't apply to us, then which one does apply to
Marloie.
Hello, gents. Great. Oh, hi. Hi, yes, we're all on the train. We're all sat on the train. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they wouldn't let us ask any questions. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
train à destination de Bruxel-Midi. Le prochain arrêt est Ciney.
Yeah, but who can, the thing is we're writing that thing as well. Because we write the sections. So it's our team writing the sections because they have no idea. So they're asking us about Jose, smaller G islands, leader, EIP, Agri, so all those kind of things. That's kind of what we need to ask, because they're asking us to go and ask you what all this means, and that's why yeah, no, Fiverr's doing the performance framework, but we did get there, and when we turned up, we did turn up to two said that we weren't allowed to ask any questions because they'd organised the meeting. Oh, sorry, can you hear me now? Yeah, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Because I can hear you. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, I think we might. Well, we're in the Ardennes. Yes. Okay. Well, Gen 2 did hold. Hello, Gen 2 did hold the meeting. The problem is. Oh, okay. Because I've got quite good signal here. Okay. All right. Yeah, well, yeah, was that I mean, who can we possibly ask what the general management codes mean as for the cap? The thing is, we can look, you know what I mean, and that was that. So that was one of the things that. So in that Title 10, which is the one that covers responsibilities of member states, the Commission, the submission of the annual insurance packages. Basically, we wanted to cover those simply because we wanted to say, okay, is your understanding that these things cover what's currently the case, or not, or imply any major changes? Yeah, because I mean, our reading of it is that some bits might, but some don't. But the key issue for us is which bit of the cap is now going to be covered with milestones and targets. Okay, we don't have an answer on how that might look, that's fine. But you know, you can say that, we can say in our opinion, well, oh, you know. I can hear you very clearly. Okay. Okay. Okay, because maybe what we could do tomorrow, maybe what might help is we might, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. No, and now I've lost you because I think I'm losing you. Oh, hello, you back? Yes. Yes. Sorry, I lost you because I think we were in Western Brussels. Can you hear me? Hello. I think it'll be fine. But we could listen and take some questions.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Well, to whoever, if they can answer,
Right.
they can answer because I think both deal.
Then
We'll find out. We'll find out.
how you
That's it. Thank you.
It's not from them. This is free money. This is free money. It's compliment. This mess is compliment. I gave them access lessons. They can read everything. My content is not that long. The
Hi there. Right. Yes. Combination. That was on my side. I had no bars left at 4G. Yeah, because we were only really interested in a bit of stuff which is specific, a lot of it specifically refers to the cap, so it's just particularly the cap part of the DNR, DNRB. Can DJ answer questions about those elements? Yes, exactly. Yeah. So even like could you help us maybe to correct questions in the right way and get an answer to them? That's our problem. It's not so much around technical choice, like trying to get a handle on what this kind of means. But we're going to give you, see, the thing is, we're actually going to report on the whole of the cap. Everything in our regulation, our opinion on the cap regulation. Yes, yes, we will have a holistic that was what we decided to have a holistic thing. when we do that. And then what we're going to put in, what we put I'll propose to change to, discuss to change to, was to only put a small amount of that in the area because they're reporting at a higher level. And it's only when there's bits of their opinion where it says, oh, it's totally different from the camp because it's output. These are output preventions, not things with milestone targets. So they want us to comment on that. Our comment was going to be, well, actually, I wanted to go and see our camp regulation because then it makes more sense. This is quite to comment in their opinion, you know what I mean? Otherwise, okay. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, but let's see what we can do tomorrow morning, and yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So we'll be there at 9:30, and we'll see how we go, and then if there's yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's see if we can do. All right, no worries. All right. Okay, to be honest, right, okay.
So tell
If
us.
we'd have been, told us this, if we'd have been taking
Nous
the
arrivons
6
à
o'clock
Ciney.
train or the final one, we would probably not gone. Because they're saying, well, actually, because we're not doing all the reports, people from the DG budget and things like that, and the other reports have been stood down. So they're not going to be there, so we can cover the stuff to do with anything about the implementing regulation, and then we can have some sort of discussion about what questions you want to ask about the other
people
bits.
from us?
No, from on their side, they're obviously having some problems. I have no idea, but they've decided, someone's decided, the budget has decided that they're not allowed to talk to us about stuff that's in the well, let's. We'll hold this discussion tomorrow. We'll put this in, and then we can. All right. So let's discuss about. Well, I want to discuss about Article 35 because this is what I'm going to have to take back to the board on Monday or whatever. And just explain, look, this is becoming impossible for us to give it contribution to change because we can't be angry about it. And I'm going to have to say to them tomorrow that your risk is that
Ciney.
you are not organising for us to explain the candidates to us what it means for candidates. We'll make something up and it will sound terrible.
Yeah, but James, sorry.
It'll sound really awful and then it won't do you any good. We'll spend the whole time
Yeah, but there is one thing. Why is the tax code when they ask you about mention chamber 2? It's not that problem.
No, it's because the people who are coordinating, and she'll explain tomorrow, what's happened is the people who are coordinating on their side, so it's teaching budget, and people in Regio do not want Agri telling us what this stuff means without them around. Without them around. I think we'll find this tomorrow.
So they don't want to speak to us, but they would have been keen to speak to each other to call it.
They don't want to speak to the chairman. No, the chairman to colleagues. The thing is that everything that the questions of this is what we'll find out tomorrow. But I think that if it's about content that's going to show on one opinion, it has to go through chamber 2 to go to them. But then I'm like, that doesn't make a great deal of sense. So I was saying, well, we're writing about it. I said, well, we're writing about the camp, and
We
we're
are
going to
going
write.
to write about this regulation because we are going to take off here the article 38 and 39 and the agricultural reserve. But no, let's see if you get some information, because then maybe it will be them to converge it into
Because the thing is, because who were we talking to the other day? Was it Rochefort or whatever that they said well, we weren't allowed to ask any questions?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we couldn't send
No. They didn't ask questions. No, they should have asked. Maybe they didn't ask for contribution. They just say, yeah, please assist to the Yeah, but no, we should. It will be just. They cannot be going to reply. This is hard. I don't care if they want to on 3,000.
Well, all I can say to them is, look, regardless of whether you help us understand the proposal or not, we will be writing our opinions on it.
Exactly. We're going to say what we think. If it's wrong, copy.
Yeah, exactly. And if we got the wrong end of the stick, then it means something that's... But what she said is that they anticipate that the meeting will finish at lunchtime.
What?
So I think we're going to have to tell the driver that we're going back cancel the driver
What?
back on the train.
This means they want to skip the entire agenda.
No, 40% of the day. They said there's about 60 to 40% there's a stuff that the ring-fenced amount. Is the ring-fenced amounts in the other thing?
I think you should because it will be done.
They said they can reply in writing when it comes to some other decision. They're not allowed to talk.
They put that in complex situation. What we said, we everything. They sent us the agenda, but she said
That's
the
not
agenda.
what I received.
Yeah, she's really apologetic. They can just decide now.
Train à destination de Bruxel-Midi. Le prochain arrêt est Namur.
Okay.
No, I'm nervous because I have to finalize the writing, the drafting by next week.
I can understand. But yesterday evening I saw a conversation on that. You know? And the technique of the conversation, for example, he was talking to a priest who received the priest received the confession of a guy. And of course, no, I cannot tell you. And the technique of the conversation is, okay, don't tell me anything, but I ask you and you reply with yes or no. Is it true that you don't say that you only know or not? You know?
Let's do that.
Let's do that. So they say no. In the end, they can no, we didn't say anything.
No, it's not a bad idea. In any case, I'm not going. They don't know me. So let's do that. Yes or no? No, but really, lunchtime, drink. I'm not saying anything. They say, no, this is not possible because they are not.
It's not possible. They aren't going to have people there and they aren't going to reply. They aren't going to. I just need to, what I need to know is why. And then be able to explain why. And then go and say, escalated up the chain and say, we're not getting cooperation, so we need to do our job right.
Now I think this is right.
The reason why they don't want to say anything, I bet you, I will find out. I think there's a lot of stuff going on.
I don't think so because it's taken the
I've just got a sneaky suspicion that they really don't want any hostages, but there's going to be some changes that don't come in and start affecting everything. Let's see whether we get out of them about.
Yeah, but what is this? They sent out that we never have seen this. they send letters to one of them. And then there is
It's interesting. It's interesting. They don't normally behave like this. They don't normally behave like this, which makes it interesting. Which means maybe, as far as we know, they haven't been told they can't display arms. We asked them to both
But maybe you can tell Sarah how to come.
she's not coming anymore. Because I don't want to see her. No, my family stewardship is in the carpenter.
No, I can ask for the
But the control system is in the front. Yeah. So these people are crazy. But this is the one that I can see.
But then, all the
They change the fabric.
But how can
Okay, so
do it in parallel.
in parallel?
Okay, so well, we'll find out what the story is with the thing. But okay, so let's sharpen the questions on the actual
So,
implementation
but
thing.
what does it
Make
imply?
sure we.
What does it imply?
So at least.
Service with the question of the Djibouti.
No, but honestly, this gives us a great excuse to say about why it's so finding it difficult to produce anything for change on time. So it's to work out why the stuff just wasn't the job as to check what it's allowed to talk to us. And we had to send all the questions through them. So now having go all the way to Brussels and being clarified, here's our list of questions.
I want everything on writing. I'm not spending time to write myself.
But
this is why Martina told me. This is why Martina told me. That's different from it. It's okay. I mean, but then I will put you in the variety or everything on the new ones. But this.
Okay, so looking at what we have under there, cabinet conventions we've got.
No, don't worry about the coffee because I imagine already your reaction.
No, but
I have another one.
so this so we still want to cover governments there, capital conventions. We have to have advanced stewardship and anything to do with the CMO. And they said they're very happy to talk about CMO and capital. So to be honest, that means for the stuff that's strictly about in our then one part of our we can get the stuff done and then the problem is going to be with
then we can go.
yeah, well, no, I think that at this point we don't need to talk to check to just say, look, I'll find out. I'll find out. No, because the thing is, the coordinator, the reason we come is because the commission decided that the coordinator on that is strategic check too. So if we want to talk to the admin about what this proposal means now, we have to do a good check to we have to have those on there. That happens now.
Okay.
So we'll have to do that.
Okay.
We told him ages ago. Because he was saying, no, I talked to him last week. I said, what we're doing next week. No, it's just but yeah, I mean, you said what? Yeah, you said it.
Because when she asked Christina, what's the system? And she said,
Et le temps du agrandissent, c'est vrai.
do we have anything to say why they cancelled the 10th? Do we have an exchange? So
No, we agreed.
that was when we didn't agree to discuss them.
No. We agreed already to discuss it on the 16th.
We were discussing the 24th.
So they knew since 3 weeks so maybe you understand that if our here this is
It's not like it's entirely to do with it. Finding inside information about who's in charge.
they couldn't, in fact, why they don't
What they don't try to obviously I don't know much. Don't trust not to slack off this so they don't want to
she said it's one of DJ Batch colleagues
yeah, but they've asked them this, they don't agree. So we'll find out tomorrow morning. If we turn up in person, they have to give us an explanation about why we're not having a meeting that we agreed, why we've come all this way. And we can be smile and understanding, but I want a firm answer about why we're not doing what we agreed.
yeah, but the things that I don't understand why during your conversation with her, Chamber came out of the blue like this. Why? There was no point to discuss about Chamber 2 during your phone call.
Of course, because what she's saying is that DG budget are saying that because this is the things that have been covered in the opinion and the other opinion has to be discussed with them, organised through the contact of Chamber 2. That's what she was saying. It's difficult to hear.
Yeah, but there is a misunderstanding of Chamber 3 that we are going to address all the issue under our so there will not be even if they have letters with the announcing as well as 55, 56, 57, 58, so maybe there is a big
But whatever happens, discuss on people are not cooperating with us, then we can't get work on time. And if those people are not cooperating, how can we both change to DG budget and DG aggregate doesn't want DG budget change to, then then I'm going to relate to and we start complaining. The problem is this is I was talking to the campaign. It's not going well with them. They can't decide who's doing which bit of the opinion. So in other words, two people in charge try to cut it and they don't know who's talking about which bit.
next week I'm off.
Right, what we've got to decide what we're writing before we start writing. Just write it.
I propose you now.
Yeah, okay, the outline is what it's yeah, it's like one big point.
Yeah, but make sure I don't know what you're doing. Which was the supply? But if they don't do anything next week,
yeah, no, it's going to be done next week. No, I agree. We've got to do something.
You're not that you're off, or you're off.
But you can't write something without us having some idea of what you should write before. Because otherwise you write something and I look at it and go, that's not what we know. You've got to have some kind of idea about what we're writing about. Okay, so yeah. So the main point is to write down those. We start at the top, not at the bottom. Well, that's the mistake that they decided to look article by article before we actually. Okay, yeah. it'll be alright. So let's have this meeting and we'll read the outline again. Go through Chicago. If you start writing on that, that makes
Because
something
then
helpful.
it's simple. I'm off. The second one is Lorraine.
Voir du cinéma,
And then it's the
des gens qui sont au sol.
I'm off next week. Who is off next week? But in any case, you are not blind to run. It's okay.
Yeah, I think
So until because it's just spend time with this.
Chers voyageurs, prochain arrêt Namur. À Namur, vous aviez un lycée vers Charleroi-Central, Mons, prévu à la voie 3 à 17h11, mais il aura 36 minutes de retard, donc il partira à 17h47. Vous avez un train S vers Tamine, Charleroi-Central, de la voie 5 à 17h15. Le train IC vers Liège-Saint-Lambert sera à la voie 11 et partira à 17h20. Vous aurez le train local vers Flémal-Haute, Liège-Guillemins, la voie 6, départ prévu 17h27. Le train IC vers Dinan sera à la voie 7 et partira à 17h31. Donc je répète, train IC vers Liège-Saint-Lambert, la voie 11, départ prévu 17h22. Le train local vers Flémal-Haute, Liège-Guillemins sera à la voie 6 et partira à 17h27. Vous aurez le train local vers Ciney, la voie 8, départ prévu 17h28. Le train IC vers Dinan sera à la voie 7 et partira à 17h31. Et le train IC vers Charleroi-Central, Mons, partira de la voie 3 à 17h47. Prochain arrêt Namur. Ce train continuera ensuite vers Ottignies, Brussel-Midi.
On part à 22, il est 11. Peut-être c'était Luxembourg.
Ah bah non, ils sont là ici, c'est Namur.
T'as dit que c'était Namur.
Non, c'est Ottignies. Et on descend à quelle heure Bah Ottignies,
No, meaning that we don't.
mais les petits talons.
They have no idea. They just want us to write some sections for them. But they don't really understand it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you are asking me to give you a written line. I need to ask a friend to give me some. Yeah.
No, they
Sorry to be
their
so
time
bad.
they said I want a comment by asking okay, I'll write something about and it might not be complete crap. Won't make great deal of sense. They won't be able to do it.
For me,
But
the
it'll go to the
problem-
members level and we'll just waste a lot of time.
There is no they don't want to reply. We acknowledge this and then you can speak I was quite,
And then we ask for a solution, how to proceed, and their solution is
I
they
was
will
quite
explain.
So maybe we can skip the data application, we can channel through March. But even if we take this out from our I don't see any problem if this will be addressed by June. But still, we have to understand what happened with this structure, the leadership. And also, for the control.
Yeah, I think whatever happens, we can't think that did I told you what Maria said this morning?
Yes, the meeting in Strasbourg.
You know, they're going to want a point saying the legal architecture. The legal architecture is this way of doing things like that makes sense. Doesn't work. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Well, when they went to they went to Strasbourg.
Just one question, they want to come to
German, the angry fish.
someone believes
Committee.
someone
About asked a lot of states for them, and look, they're waiting, they're expecting multiple updates next week. And they are threatening to pass a resolution condemning the whole thing last commission to draw the proposal. They're saying that they will do that on the 10th of November if they're not satisfied. And assurances from the commission. So what they're saying to us now, not teaching agriculture, they're saying,
I think we go.
it'd be interesting to see if that's what we need to do with most of the week. Okay, so that's not one
think that
this legal architecture
C'est pas mal. J'avais vu le contrôleur là, tout à l'heure, mais je sais pas où il est passé. On en vise rien, hein. Et voilà. Et tu sais
Ouais. Ah ouais, moi aussi ça manque.
à l'intérieur, il a encore
C'est
mis
ça,
le
je
champ.
quand même. On a pris beaucoup.
they can obviously see that in order to have that
Bon, là, on a un ticket pour aller tourner dessus.
Prochain arrêt, Japon.
Je vais mettre un peu. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a encore en menu?
what they were saying in the end. We don't need monitoring tomorrow. We just need to show tomorrow.
Professeur était à l'intérieur, il était mouillé par la poche. C'est encore mouillé.
Since we know that, we've been told by the cabinet basically whatever already said about it's not like we could come up with really say, oh, actually it's not that bad, blah, blah, blah. Of course we say what we can say about that perspective. All I can do is advise
On est assis devant le panneau, t'as plus de courant que sur le côté, mais tu ne vois pas le panneau en blanc sur le panneau de côté.
Quand tu sais que l'intérieur du train est comme sinon on devait prendre des grands mais c'est vrai qu'ils vont avoir des grands
Chers voyageurs, votre attention, s'il vous plaît, merci de placer vos bagages, sac à dos ou autres au-dessus ou en dessous des places assises afin de permettre à des voyageurs de ne pas voyager debout dans les intercirculations ou dans les couloirs. Merci pour votre attention et votre coopération.
Directement. Là, voilà, c'est très difficile. Mais je sais pas. Application. Peut-être que je sais d'abord aussi. Il faut avoir un site officiel.
totally different, blah, blah, blah. But actually, as you saw from what I just presented to you, we've got exactly the same methodology. Because they get the financial benefits and traceability down to the that's maintained. They were like, that's really interesting.
Brussel-Midi.
Yeah, that, okay, right, I think that's so they're expecting you know, when we write an opinion saying that, they will be shocked. Yeah, because that's the point that I made about traceability, which is the same point we were thinking, all those years ago, we were thinking, oh, it's going to be totally different if we change the definition of the gap. Actually, they didn't. And it's the same here. They still have, all they're doing is messing around with the mechanism of how you fund the payments made by the member state to the beneficiaries. That's all they're doing.
Il y en a un pour Moucron. Le Brussel-Midi, ils en ont un pour Moucron à 17h. Ah oui, regarde un peu. Oui, le Brussel-Midi aussi. Donc on va se retrouver à Bruxelles pour aller. Misère.
Honestly, the expectation on the part of even over campaigns, I just want some big clear points. I don't really care if they're dictated under the headings or not with the document people say. Now, I suggest that when we draft it, we keep to those standard headings. I think we can say almost follow the settings.
I think that this is not longer our problem because they decided we are going to follow the framework and now they don't want to cooperate with us. For me, the big fight will come with change too. I'm sorry to say, but also we started to see the problem.
Well, fight about what? Because Chapter 2 just has no idea what to write about. Article 35. Now, we've written about Article 35 that it's chaotic, makes no
yes,
sense.
but I am not
take it all from the other.
But remember, what made Friedman of democracy that we put in the contribution this extensive democracy in our pitch. Because imagine.
No. What? Yes, that makes sense.
But
Because they have to say something about it.
But there is no something based on what. But I don't see how the this is also several
Même le papier sur lequel j'écris les donc 18h45.
Again, when we make this contribution, I send Friedman something.
Ouais, parce que comme moi je viens de consulter les horaires SNCB, donc de Bruxelles-Midi j'ai tapé vers tournée, donc il y en avait un pour Moucron, il est supprimé aussi. Donc j'espère que celui-là va être supprimé.
It's very difficult to follow, and you have to say that at the beginning because then when we go point by point, it's one topic, different topic next paragraph. And the reason it's a different topic in every paragraph is because when you read the legislation, they move from the school scheme to something else to fish.
Because it's just a cut. It's just a cut. Because these are financial.
Okay. Parce que déjà ici, il faut qu'on voit le contrôle, parce qu'on est monté dans le train avec les tickets de Namur. Namur tourné. Ça marche. Ok, ben je te tiens au courant, de toute façon. Ah bah écoute, au pire sera Bruxel-Midi puisque on va voir si on a un train qui retourne sur Tournai après, parce que si les voies sont bloquées dans tous les sens. Apparemment le carnage c'est du côté de Mons, entre Charleroi et Mons. Donc, mais Mons c'est contre Nord à mon avis. Il doit avoir, il y a des arbres couchés sur les voies et tout ça. Entre Charleroi, Mons et probablement Tournai. Ouais, c'est bien le courant. Ça marche. Ouais, bon, mais ouais, c'est mieux plus. Ah oui, bon, on va déposer la voiture. Ok, ça marche. Ouais. Ok, ça marche. Allez, pas plus.
School scheme is in Article 34.
Yeah, but not the provision of school scheme.
Not the what?
Si on arrive jusqu'au tournée, ça serait
I have no
19,50
problem
€.
that the road is under the
Donc David il vient de nous récupérer à la gare, il a dit il y aura 2 sièges pour Caroline, toi tu tomberas sa voiture et toi tu montes dans le bac.
Okay, right. Alright, just so I'm not shall we put down?
Yeah.
Okay, so they say as a type of intervention, we now call the EU school scheme.
And the provision I'm not saying this is just a financial contribution and financial.
Normalement, on arriverait vers 18h48 à Bruxel-Midi, donc dans une bonne heure, et on aurait un train à la voiture à 18h48. Je vais voir si le site s'il y a quelque chose ou pas.
Because they're not this is the old one, because this is the one they just re-updated. Just updated. Oh, so this is the reissue.
But they put the region here. It's a capital region, but the reason was, this is my problem is not having much in the fund. I think it makes sense to me. So there is no problem. My problem is to have description of the matter, provision of the matter, under this regulation, because it makes us crazy. So if here, if you read, these are the rules that should apply. This should be the part. I don't know why it's these are the intervention because it's specific. These are the amount. And these we start to see the compliance. We have to finishes this fund and the support which is new because no we are going. Then we have another problem. Support units here are do you remember already the article of support units? Support units. So we have exception. And then once this is finished, okay, we have the value of the contribution here, but they do have to also because this is will count as contribution. This seen in the light of the then what I don't understand why it's not here, maybe because part of this goes to this.
Encore aujourd'hui, il est 17h28.
This is a nonsense. This can go in the hand of the class.
17h47.
But again, why, yes, but you can see, yeah. Why will
The
they just put these
C'est
bits
pour
in?
tout les supprimer.
So then we have the description.
You'd have a separate article, but why do they have a separate thing for the
And plus the fact that they
why
finish the
if you have a list here, why isn't it just saying go see
Apparemment,
the
il
implementation
est
goes
17h47.
to the captain for every single one of them?
Jusque maintenant, il est maintenu. Je vais voir si on va le supprimer sur les spécifications. Si ça veut dire que ça passe pas, que ça passe pas du tout.
11.11.
Chers voyageurs, nous sommes à Gemloux.
And I like to show. So this is now is in the center. This is this is this is cap for the parts and NRP for another part. This is the middle. And the rest is the calculation.
Why? No, here it's also
Mira de mirar. It's alphabet. You have leader, you have under this article, you have there. You have territorial under this article there, you have ACIS here and there, it's an article. So,
ACIS is in here.
ACIS is here. ACIS is here.
Yeah, but ACIS is in that, because it is one of these. But the bit that confuses me is that the only ones in the CMO though are the things in the CMO are those two.
Yes, but my question is, they don't want to speak with us, but we have intervention described here. And on the top of it, there is intervention S, which is the crisis. Crisis, which is there, article 38. Why?
exactly. But that's what we were. That's what we were. You see
Quand
what
ils font des travaux
I
sur
really
les
don't
toits,
get it. That's literally.
ils mettent des
That's literally the thing. But that's the big point about this. Explains. This explains. I think.
Oui, 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 si, ça va être un te rend, te dire, mais tu vois, il est juste charmant. Puis après, il y a une navette juste au-dessus de nous, c'est bon, on remet la tournée.
Makes absolutely no sense. No, but so we have one big point about that.
C'est chouette.
Ouais, mais le reste, elle était quand même.
Les moites,
Après, c'est ça.
ils sont encore petits et moites.
Non, c'est des fois.
Non, c'est des bonnes fois. Pas de violon à toi parce que c'est de l'orange, je crois qu'ils sont. Non, mais tu sais qu'après-midi, je m'étais demandé ce que la formatrice va regarder pour essayer de bricoler un peu le radiateur, de laisser un chauffant un peu. Et puis après, il y en avait qui sont endormis, donc on nous a foutu dans le lit. Avec le coup, on avait des petits relais, du coup, on
Look,
les a
because if you were
apportés.
going to do that, then you put them all in one and you have a
Hier, c'est bon, j'ai vu trouvé des clés, des lacrimes, je sais pas quoi. Ça passe sur le dos comme ça.
Mais une fois, je te dis, il y a pas de chose de tout.
Et l'année passée,
C'était quelque chose.
on a fait la formation, je me souviens.
Ouais, ouais. Je trouve que l'année passée, non seulement je me France, et après, je vais
Yeah, so that's a good point
Là,
you're
j'étais partie
raising.
avec mon adé, je me suis dit, c'est pas grave, je vais mettre j'ai dû gratter un peu la
So
voiture,
we asked
un
about
truc comme ça.
all the weird stuff that they actually put in there and why they didn't put more in. And maybe they say I can't tell you why.
Ils ont évolué pour travailler toute la nuit, pour tirer sur les branches. Le matin, ça allait
C'est
sur
des
les
ordres, et en plus, ils sont en deux jours,
What exactly?
comme demain matin, il ne faudra pas. Moi, je vais pas me casser la tête. Si je me rends une brosse, tu vois, quelque chose, je retourne sur moi. Je le
ou alors tu peux faire tourner le courrier. Non, en passant par la côte, au stade. Voilà, on va bientôt me proposer une Ottignies.
Ouais, c'est vrai.
C'est mieux faire un ami.
C'est vrai, ça. Dans le fond, on est froid. Jusqu'à mieux. Non, mais on devrait nous faire regarder, tiens. Quel est l'hôtel le plus proche?
Ah oui,
On peut regarder. Écoute, mais non, mais moi je regarde les photos, je sais des fois pour 2 jours, mais je vais y rester. Je prends tous mes tickets de train avec et je resterai là. Hein.
les tickets de train, de me dire rien, bien sûr. Tu comptes tes vacances, etc. De toute façon, avec l'application SNCB, tu sais même si tu es en train de trouver à l'heure, on prend le sang, à la bouffe.
Le smartphone, je ne les ai pas. C'est pas le tout du système. J'ai réfléchi au matin, si je me disais plus, non, je vais rester là.
These will be going to your questions. October 22 is today? Yeah. No, yesterday.
Yeah, but I mean it doesn't change anything in their context. It's for the other thing. I mean,
the lead stick. Then I understand because
so they're saying, oh, we're not allowed to speak about the articles and
but
whatever.
they are associated on the end. They are associated. So because now they ask us to put so the contact is a read service, but instead of putting copy, they call it from original.
Oui, dis, si on arrive sur Ottignies, tu sais où on est cherché? Parce que là, on arrive à Ottignies rue Libramont, il y a une correspondance avec Ottignies, il n'y a pas 36. Il y en a qu'un, hein. On pense là. Oh, j'ai coupé.
J'essaye parce qu'il pleut, je dois te mettre mon truc. Enlève ton truc là. Non, plus tu peux, plus tu peux.
Voilà. Mais c'est pas grave pour la donner.
Yes. Okay.
So leader appears, leader's detailed in the NRP bit. Where's leader in the NRP bit? 17.
And then you have here.
Yeah, no, because I was just trying to compare the text. I'd seen it a minute ago.
18 and 77.
There it is, 1 leader 77. It is 77. How's it right back?
our area. No, there's the feasibility just to organize a meeting and see if it's working.
Well, obviously it doesn't work, not even organizing a meeting.
Train à destination de Bruxel-Midi. Le prochain arrêt est Brussel-Luxembourg.
But our is written, all our is written like this. So you should understand that behind, you should see if this is
Yeah, yeah. Every time it is
What they mean is feasibility. What they mean is what we say makes any sense at all. Because often we write stuff that makes no sense at all because we misunderstand what the proposal is.
no, but what I want to say is if we cannot test the act on the cap with each budget.
So what do we think about mandatory simplified cost options for legal? Good idea?
Yeah, we will agree that it was fine.
Good idea. Even when you read this, let's do like, I don't know.
So lump sums, if it's not more than 20 anything under 20,000 is a lump sum. That's the difference. Support for projects carried out in accordance with leader and local development strategy, not exceeding 20, shall be provided in the form of lump sums
Yeah, so.
and may be differentiated in accordance with objective and non-discriminatory criteria.
But usually this is what
This was already present.
It was already.
It's not a knowledge.
So that's not.
But so
And the lump sums is now obligatory, but they used to do it anyway.
But
Yeah.
now
used
it's
to do it anyway.
now it's compulsory.
But now it's compulsory.
There is no option for it. They have to go for the certified cost.
So what about business startups for non-agricultural activities?
No, lump sums is not simplified construction.
Lump sums up to
Don't make a confusion because I always say simplified cost options. They should have a study, an analysis, and whatever. But if, for example, in the regulation you say maximum 40,000 euro, this is not a simplified cost option. There is a lump sum, but it's not in accordance with simplified cost options.
Yeah, but I understood that for all the new regulation is the financial management.
Yeah, but this is not
Because
simplified cost
because they
option.
check.
Because
Yeah, but they too they go hand in hand.
no,
Just ask a really dumb question.
no.
What is legal? Where is it actually defined?
In the cup.
The cap.
But in the cap it only has this, it only says Article 18. It doesn't. It just
Yeah.
says support for leader shall provide support for leader. Yeah, but support for what? Where does it say what it is? How are we supposed to know what leader is? Just reading this.
Regulations.
So in other words,
No, you go there.
What?
You go there and then here and
yeah.
then you go
In
here, way
77.
that way. And then you go here, and then they define leader here, and then they define leader here, and then
So that's the definition. So that's just only the support.
this is the focus on leader once they finish defining.
I don't understand why so much fuss about legal.
It's so crappy. I don't know why we keep reading. No, really, I don't know why we keep reading because it's so crappy.
Yeah, but I've read this
It's lots
before.
of money.
Again, it's a bit like EIP Agri, it's the same thing. It says, look, territorial things. It says community-led development, including leader.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's leader? That's the first mention of leader in the entire thing. What's leader?
No, but
They should use like asterisks and send it to the previous company. I don't think it was different.
let me check. Let me check.
Yeah? We're gonna email it.
Legislation, we need to say what leader actually is.
James, you are too. I don't know. You cannot be so precise. This is written by I don't know, depends.
I mean, normally legal principles, you say, there is such, you have a list. Here's the thing, here's leader. One of the schemes is leader. Leader
My
is.
husband, relax and enjoy your trip. Relax. have to tell you.
But at least you can enjoy. You don't realize. But I can understand. If it were us, oh my God, it's wanted to put first a catalog, then for each one. A separate.
Exactly. Explain what we do.
Separate.
Yeah, but it's not defined in the even in the current constitution.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think it's from the first time they introduced 2009, 7.
Yeah, because even the acronym is not used anymore now. It's because it was French. The acronym.
Yes.
Because in the book it's not defined. It's like now it's like.
But what's odd is it doesn't even send anyone to a definition of it. It's like it's assumed everyone knows what direction it is.
Imagine tomorrow
I doubt that the region of one knows what it is.
But who invented these words?
Did I? Oh, 92, no? I know, a bit of study.
No, it's
Let's be a bit holiday pretend. Let's ask ChatGPT. Good idea. C'est la liaison entre action de développement de l'économie rurale. That was a French.
yeah, it was a
The city was so famous. This is how it is.
it was a French name that sounds English, later. That's why they
Urania, do you want to give me your mobile phone? Because I don't have any. But since we're going to something
I thought you wanted me first or what?
no, because you're the only one that is not, you don't have
Now
not have your GSM. So the first definition of our leader was done with council decision in 88. Then the commission, so this is why they don't define anymore, that it was liaison entre action de développement de l'économie rurale. C'est l'acronyme of leader.
What's up here?
but I don't know when you
The
get
looks
here
is,
No, what's up?
what's up?
If you
What's up?
because no, 2009 it was not. I think after 2009 it came to.
Cooperation.
It's really the first time that the day after. Yeah, because remember, yes, because they created leader 1, leader 2, then leader plus. Leader plus. Yeah, when I started working, 2006, I remember leader class.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was on the phone.
See, it was in the fund, in the structure fund.
That's what I'm saying. It was initially in the structure, and then I don't know, the second moment came.
This is where they are bringing back, they are taking back. We should listen to the
I think in 2009 it was not. I think after.
No, it was still in 2009 because it's cancelled. And then it became,
Part of the
under the general structure fund, the reservation still remained, and then it was integrated in the capital 2007. Exactly. So when it was integrated in the capital council, say, okay. And then it was regulation 1305, and then
Yeah.
besides with ChatGPT,
Can give you also those videos.
no.
No bullshit, Something will come up. For sure, it will be capable of writing well, if Annette is there, we can ask her for a lapse. It would be unofficial, but
Did you check if it's still there?
yes.
So you see now?
There is still definitely in Agri. So but she moved to Libramont? No. I didn't see the person.
Yeah, but it's up. It's really up. Because even I know.
Just we can put some.
No, I'm speaking about Annette and the diary now. I come back to this program.
She was dealing with Lisa Ahmed. She was making presentation all over. And of course she was involved in this investigation of expert project.
Yes, we've got a farm distribution control system for farm distribution in the United States.
Who is that? But maybe Friedman contacted you today.
You just sent me a little text.
It just maybe. I don't know if Orania theory is the right one. Let's see.
The what?
Friedman vendetta.
Why?
Well, self-sabotage, because he's totally, they have no idea.
Huh?
This is for real.
He won't. He needs some contact with the campus. They have no idea what any of the stuff in the camp is. They have no
Why
idea.
is he so nervous about what
Because he wants some stuff. He wants some stuff to
Tomorrow. 2 days ago, 3 days ago. I don't
Well, listen,
understand.
we can stay at the hotel and write.
No. Everything is written. It's no problem. I'm not going to. We should not give in more because we are not started yet. So I don't know where.
Because you will become more nervous.
This is the first time that I heard something like this. But I had to do it for another. I had to do it
The day before, jump
Well, but that's how they have to do it. It's classic. That's the
I know, but it doesn't make sense the day before. Okay, this is procedure.
I think they will
It doesn't make sense. Why she left it now? Why?
We'll find out tomorrow. Because she was trying to contact colleagues in DG budgets to they are probably saying, well, they should have contacted us, or Chamber 2 should have contacted us, and they want to discuss the meeting. And so
Chers voyageurs, nous sommes en zone Bruxelles. Les prochains arrêts de ce train seront Bruxel-Luxembourg, Brussel-Schuman, Brussel-Nord, Brussel-Central et Brussel-Midi, gare terminus. Prochain arrêt, Brussel-Luxembourg. Beste reizigers, we zijn in zone Brussel. De volgende haltes zijn Brussel-Luxemburg, Brussel-Schuman, Brussel-Noord, Brussel-Centraal en Brussel-Zuid eindbestemming. Volgende halte, Brussel-Luxemburg.
I've got only the codes of DG Agri who can tell you about the Agri bit, but we're actually not allowed, DG budget won't let us talk about it. Because they're going to be talked about in meetings arranged between Chamber 2 and budget and the Association. I bet that's what she says tomorrow, but we'll see. But to that end, we could help you, as I said to her, just formulate the right kinds of questions to ask. In other words, they know what's wrong with the proposal, so maybe get their help in asking more questions you really want to ask. Budget about I heard off the record right from the beginning that it was a last minute thing. This bit was just literally the articles that are on the interventions were all in the chapter, literally in the chapter that Gemloux put down. And then they said, this is ridiculous, you can't have like 3 lines running through all these things, it's worth doing it. So the rest is on the plan. So can we please pull that, and they left all the other stuff behind. Like pulling a tick out of the
Brussel-Luxemburg. Bruxelles-Luxembourg.
Our member was it's just interesting in saying that anything that looks like payment under RRF style model is bad.
But we cannot say that.
We cannot say that. No.
Yeah, we can. Why?
That's like, well, I don't know, is it or not? I'd like to understand what it means first before I say it's good or bad.
How can you say that?
Well, what they understand.
First of all, we should understand. Second, we should agree with
I mean, my point of view, what I said to the cabinet was, I said, look, let me go and try and find out what it would actually mean would milestones and targets actually mean something bad for agriculture, or is there a very sensible way of interpreting it that leaves things pretty much like it is? And if there isn't, then we have to say, well, we don't know what it means, it's not clarified in the procedure, the only thing we really care about is that there's a good audit trail.
No, but the problem is
Chamber 5, yeah, so I don't know.
Yes, we don't have to. So if they say tomorrow, oh, well, basically every single one of those, every one of the ones in the cap regulation is an output-based one. Then the rest, we don't have any target milestone targets. Then it's basically up to Chamber 2 to decide. And I would be delighted if I really don't want to write lots of stuff about the RRF, which makes no sense.
Whoa!
Chers voyageurs, prochain arrêt Brussel-Schuman, beste reizigers van Noord, Brussel-Schuman.
Wij komen aan in Brussel-Schuman. Nous arrivons à Bruxelles-Schuman. Brussel-Schuman. Bruxelles-Schuman. Trein met bestemming Brussel-Zuid. Train à destination de Brussel-Midi. De volgende halte is Brussel-Noord. Le prochain arrêt est Bruxelles-Nord. Wij komen aan in Brussel-Noord. Nous arrivons à Bruxelles-Nord. Brussel-Noord. Bruxelles-Nord. Trein met bestemming Brussel-Zuid. Train à destination de Brussel-Midi. De volgende halte is
Brussel-Centraal, beste reiziger van vandaag, Brussel-Centraal.
Le prochain arrêt est Bruxel-Centraal.
Wij komen aan in Brussel-Centraal.
Nous arrivons à Bruxel-Centraal. Brussel-Centraal,
Brussel-Centraal.
Le prochain arrêt est Brussel-Midi, gare terminus.
De volgende halte is Brussel-Zuid, eindstation.
Nous arrivons à Brussel-Midi, gare terminus.
Wij komen aan in Brussel-Zuid, eindstation.
Chers voyageurs, prochain arrêt Bruxelles-Midi, gare terminus, assurez-vous de ne rien oublier. Le personnel de bord vous remercie et vous souhaite une agréable fin de journée. Beste reizigers, volgende halte Brussel-Zuid. Eindbestemming van deze trein. Kijk goed naar buiten, uitstappen of u niets vergeten bent. Het boorpersoneel bedankt u en wenst u verder een prettige namiddag.
Brussel-Midi, gare terminus.
Brussel-Zuid, eindstation.